When you're asked to compare two texts, the first instinct is to play a game of spot the difference. Text A says this, while text B says that. But for advanced English, that's just the starting line. The real task isn't comparison, it's synthesis. You're not just holding two conversations side by side, you're creating a third, bigger conversation that couldn't exist without the first two. Think about the concept of identity. You might have one author, like F. Scott Fitzgerald, who writes with a deep nostalgia for an authentic, past self that has been lost. For him, the tragedy is losing who you once truly were. Then you have an author like Oscar Wilde, who suggests the very idea of an authentic self is a prison. For Wilde, identity is a performance, a costume, something to be created and celebrated. A simple comparison would just state this difference, but a sophisticated analysis asks, what happens when these two clashing ideas are put in the same room? You don't get a neat answer about which one is right. Instead, you get a powerful insight into their entire era. The tension between Fitzgerald's essential self and Wilde's constructed self reveals a profound modernist crisis. The very question of whether a core self even exists was suddenly up for debate. Neither author resolves it. The unresolved conflict is the point. And you can only see this philosophical anxiety, this deep uncertainty about selfhood, when you look at both texts together. That's the goal, to move beyond surface observations and use the dialogue between texts to uncover a deeper human concern. Ask yourself, what partial truths do these texts reveal, and what larger, more complex truth emerges from their friction? Your analysis should illuminate something new, an idea that wasn't fully present in either text alone, but is born from their unique combination.